Welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. My name is Nathan, and today we got something quite special for you. And if you have seen the prices on our website, you know it's an offer you cannot miss. So what we have here is a Triton GLS, a 2019 Triton GLS in a white. And what we'll do is go through obviously the condition of the exterior. However, these cars are almost brand new, and we'll go through some of the features inside the GLS model. So starting off on the front end, we've got that new dynamic look that Mitsubishi has gone for in the new Tritons that has also been adapted into the 2020 Pajero Sport. So you can see how nice and sharp the design itself looks. It gives a very boxy kind of shape, but with nice sharp edges, and you've got this really nice sharp headlights. I don't know if you've ever played the game Halo, but to me it looks like Master Chief's helmet. But you've got just a projector globe in the side of the headlight there. It does give that really nice clear line of sight and that extra visibility in the night. You've also got this beautiful daytime running lights that tie in really nicely with the front bar as well. You can see how the front grille itself blends into the headlight, and it's all this attention to detail that Mitsubishi has gone through in designing this car that makes it stand out. Now in the front bar itself, you've got your color match parking sensors all around the car. Being the GLS model, you've also got this really nice chrome plate that does finish it off quite nicely. So as you come across to the first alloy, again, as I said, we're not going to touch too much on the condition of the car itself because they are pretty much brand new, but you've got this really beautiful 6-spoke design that does break off into like a 12-spoke, so really nice design by Mitsubishi. You've got a polished chrome finish on the outside and a gunmetal finish on the inside that breaks up the rim itself and ties in quite nicely to the rest of the detail around the car. Now if you pan up, you've got your color matched side mirrors and door handles in the chrome finish. Again, attention to detail with Mitsubishi, and it does break up the whole color side of the car. And you've also got your side indicator built into the side mirror that does just elevate the actual lamp itself and also clears up the side fender to give it a really nice, clean, simple look. Now on the GLS models, they come fitted with a side step. Now being a high car, it does help when you are climbing in and out of the car. Opening this up, as you can see, bolsters are in excellent condition. You've got a really nice design on the seats. Quite a simple look, but they are quite comfortable seats. And again, the condition, as I said, we don't really need to touch on too much because it presents really well. You've got carpet flooring in the GLS models and your standard manual seat controls, and you can see how nicely the door card actually looks. The standard vinyl door card. Now, car door still presents in great condition. There's no major damage or marks on the door itself, and you can see how nicely it does finish up and tie in with the rest of the car. Now, one thing I will note is, I don't know if you can see this in the camera, but the rear window is a little bit darker than the front. Now what that is a privacy glass. It doesn't actually provide any UV protection. However, it does reduce the amount of people that can see inside the car. But I do highly recommend you speak to us about our tint options, which we can package in with you with the glass coat that we offer here that is going to give you a lifetime warranty on this really nice white paintwork. Now if you come across to the second alloy, again, great condition on the rims and plenty of tread on these almost brand new Bridgestone tires at the time of this video. As we come across the back, really beautiful headlights, taillights, sorry, that come across the whole back end of the tailgate. It gives that extra visibility to all the other drivers on the car, on the road, and it has that similar kind of design as the Pajero Sport in the back here. You've also got your rear reverse lamp and indicator lamp built in there. Now on the rear bar itself, again, you've got your color match rear parking sensors with your rear view camera mounted just into this chrome plate here. Again, it does blend in quite nicely and breaks up the whole detail of the car and finishes off really it is quite a striking look with all the chrome on the car. Opening up the tailgate, again, you can see pretty much not even pretty much, it is unused, and if you did want to fit in a tub liner with you with this car, we can do that for you. So speak to us about some of the options that we can opt in for this car. Obviously you would probably want a tonneau cover, and you've also got the sports bars mounted onto the back of the tailgate. It is going to help keep that extra stability on the back of the car. Now you've also got your fuel filler cap on the passenger side of the car, which is the safe side of the car. So in case you do have to pull over on the side of the road in case of an emergency, you know you're going to be not in the way of any possible oncoming traffic. Again, great condition on these unmarked alloys and almost brand new tires, and paint across this side of the car still presents really well, and the white does stand out quite strikingly, and the whole polished chrome finishes on the car with the rims, the side mirrors, the handles, and everything just ties in quite nicely with the whole design that Mitsubishi has gone for, and you can see how nicely this car does present. Now what we'll do is pop the hood and take a look inside. Taking a look inside the heart of the Triton, what we have here is Mitsubishi's 4-cylinder 2.4 litre turbo diesel motor, so you know it's going to give you that extra torque and power when you need it. Now it is fitted with a 6-speed automatic gearbox that is going to make the ride really nice and smooth and provide that extra torque on those lower gears if you need it. Now the car itself comes with a 5-star ANCAP rating and 7 airbags, so plenty of safety for the passengers inside the car, especially if you are using it for driving around and traveling, as well as your work needs. Now the car is the motor itself does produce 133 kilowatts with 430 newton meters of torque. So as I mentioned, plenty of torque and power for any towing or payload that you will be carrying in the car. It is a diesel fuel tank with a 75 litre capacity, and this motor itself has a combined fuel consumption of 8.6 litres per 100 kilometers with an average fuel distance of about 872 kilometers off a full tank. Alright, starting looking inside the GLS Triton now, as you can see, the car just presents really nicely, and it's all got everything you could possibly need in your field of view, so it's very nicely laid out and displayed in this model. So starting off on the driver's side door, you do get the standard vinyl door card on the Tritons that, again, it is a work vehicle, so it is going to make it really quite easy to clean and maintain. However, you do have this really nice black gloss plate that does break up the door and give it that GLS look to the car. So on the plate itself, you've got your 4 power windows, with your driver's side being fully automatic up and down, and the rest of them just being your standard power windows. Above that, you've got your window lock control, which does prevent people from playing around with the windows in the back seat. Now above that, you've got standard chrome door handle, and on the right side of the actual dash itself, above here, you've got all your power mirror toggles, so a little button to tuck in the side mirrors, as well as pull them out, and you can adjust obviously the tilt and elevation of them as well. Now below that are a few safety features that do come in the GLS model. So you've got your stability control just on the left hand side here, and next to that is your lane departure warning and your forward collision mitigation. And pressing these buttons, pressing this button allows you to turn it on and off, and this allows you to adjust the range of it. Now if you did need a bit more information in regards to these safety features, please ask us about it and we'll be happy to explain it to you. Now on the right hand side is a little toggle for the adjustment of the height of your headlights. So if you do have a heavy payload and the lights tend to tilt a bit up, you can adjust it to stop obviously blinding other people, but also give you that good visibility when you're driving. Now on the right hand stalk of the steering wheel, you've got all your wipers, your headlight and indicators, so left and right indicator, as well as your fog light controls and your headlights with your high beam on the end here. Now it is automatic headlights, so you got dusk sensing headlights, so you can just leave it in auto. Car's going to decide when it needs to use it and turn it on. You've also got the auto high beam if you do a bit of long distance driving on the countryside. Now on the left hand stalk itself, you've got your wipers and washers. Again, they are automatic, so you can just leave it in auto and the car's going to do everything for you. Now just next to that are your paddle shifts for your sports shift, so you can flick through the gears manually yourself if you wanted to. However, you've got that in the gearbox itself, but we will touch on that in a couple of minutes. On the steering wheel itself, really nice comfortable leather stitched steering wheel. It does have a dual finish to it, so you've got this really nice grippy grippy leather on the inside here, as well as a nice smooth finish on the outside. Again, does break up the steering wheel and adds a lot of detail, and is quite an appealing steering wheel to look at. You've also got the really nice leather stitch in the middle for your horn. You've got the Mitsubishi logo right in the middle there, and on the right hand side here are all your cruise control settings with your speed limiter control. Below that is a little control to flick through the different display settings in your cluster, so fuel consumption, fuel range, next service, eco mode, and a few other little things which again you can play around with when you do come in. On the left hand side are all your media controls, so your source to flick through the different options, as well as your volume and your search. And below that are your Bluetooth controls for your mobile phone, so call, reject, and voice activation. Now heading over to the center console, to the head unit itself, really nice display in the head unit, quite a clear long display. You've got AM FM radio as well as digital radio. You've also got iPod connectivity and USB connectivity, as well as Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is a great system. Again, we'll be happy to go through more information in this regard for you and set this all up on the time of your pickup. You've also got Bluetooth connectivity for your phone and GPS all in the system. However, you've also got your Android Auto that's going to run through automatically. Now below that, you've got dual climate control, so driver and passenger have their own climate control settings. So you can adjust your own temperatures, and you've got all your hard buttons for the controls below that. Now you got a little display below the actual AC system. So this little display here is for the seat belts. You've got your hazards in case you do get stuck in an emergency, and on the right hand side are for your passenger airbags, which you can obviously turn on and off in the Tritons. Below that is your blind spot monitoring. Again, you can turn that on and off. It is a little safety feature in the GLS model, as well as the parking sensor control, which again you can turn on and off if they do get a little bit annoying. Below that, you've got 2 USB sockets for any additional charging, as well as for the connectivity for your mobile phone. You've got a HDMI input and a 12-volt socket, not a cigarette lighter, as we don't encourage people to smoke inside the cars. Below that, a little bit of storage with a rubber grip at the bottom, so it's going to stop things from sliding around. You've also got this really nice plate finish on the top here that does have a little bit of a carbon fiber look, but it actually is a really nice detail that Mitsubishi has designed in the Triton itself, and got a really nice black cloth piano finish plate with a really nice gear leather stitch gear shifter. Now if I bring that down into reverse, you can see the really nice rear view camera that does get displayed in the Tritons. You've got your rear bar below there, and if you did opt for a tow bar, you can see it quite clearly, and you've got your indicator lines just on the side there. Now if I bring it down to drive, you can drive it in your standard automatic drive, but if you flick it to the right, you do get your manual control. So if you do want to have a little bit of extra control over your car, if you are towing or going uphill and you feel like the car's a bit sluggish, you can flick it into here and control the gears manually using the shifter, or you can use the paddles as I mentioned before. And the really nice thing about the paddles is they're actually mounted to the steering column and not to the steering wheel. So when you do turn the wheel itself, it's not going to confuse you as to which one's positive and negative. So again, it's all the attention to detail that Mitsubishi has gone for in this car. Bring that back up to park. Behind that is the best part of the Triton, which is Mitsubishi's four-wheel drive select system. So this allows you to switch into four-wheel drive going up to 100 kilometers per hour, and it's really nice smooth shifts. So you've got your 2 high, 4 high, your 4 high center lock, center diff lock, and your 4 low center diff lock. So if you're doing a bit of four-wheel driving, this is a great car for you. If you're doing probably more hardcore or more intense four-wheel driving, you plan on doing it with this car, I do recommend you look into the GLS Premium, because that's going to have your rear diff lock in the car, which this model doesn't have. Now behind that, you do have your terrain settings for your four-wheel drive that does have snow, gravel and mud, and you've also got your downhill descent in for your cruise control. Behind that, you've got 2 cup holders as well as a manual handbrake and a really nice leather stitch armrest on your center console, which when you do lift up, you do get a little bit of added storage in there with a 12-volt socket in there for any additional charging or camping equipment if you plan on using this for that. Now behind the center rest, you've got additional storage in here and 2 USB ports for the passengers in the back seat. And again, really nice, spacious design by Mitsubishi, and the seats itself present really well, and they are consistent through the front and the back of the car. And the roof lighting again in this car is pretty much brand new, because it is brand new. And you've also got your controls for the AC in the back there, which do come through these vents here, and you've also got your lights in the back of the car. So again, the car is set up pretty nicely and quite a comfortable setup. In the Triton, you've also got your rear AC button just here, which you can turn on and off, and a little bit of storage for your sunnies if you do need that. So as you can see, the car is a beautiful car on the inside. It's going to do everything and more based on what the car is used for. So now what we're going to do now is jump outside and wrap up the video. Thank you so much for inquiring on this 2019 Triton GLS. I hope this video gave you a good representation as to some of the features that does come in the GLS model itself, and obviously some of the features on the exterior of the car. Now, if you did have any additional questions in regards to the car, or wanted to test drive it, or actually wanted to secure it before you come in, you can do that, which 50% of our customers tend to do. So please speak to us about the options in regards to that. However, if you did want to come in and test drive the car, the number to dial is 9907055. Just before I go, this car does qualify for what we call a Platinum 1 plan, which does give you 5 years extended new car warranty on this car itself, and it does come with the added benefit of 10 years platinum roadside assistance and many other things. So please speak to us about these options. Now, as I mentioned before, please do take advantage of the glass coat and tint packages that we provide here, because again, it is going to protect this beautiful white paintwork and give you a lifetime warranty on the white itself and protect your car. Now, these are at an additional cost. However, if you are using our in-house finance, I would love to introduce you to our business managers, Julie and Mario, who show just how minimal these will really affect your payments, considering the investment that you're looking into. Now, lastly, but most importantly, please check out our Google reviews. With over 1,000 reviews and sitting at 4.8 stars, gives you the assurance that you are dealing with the right people, with the right kind of business for a good quality vehicle. Now, as I mentioned before, if you did have any additional questions in regards to the car, actually wanted to purchase it, you can do that. The number to dial is 9907055. My name is Nathan, and thank you so much for watching.